to LB3. Here's Nate Noel trying to get around the edge as he nearly turned the corner but couldn't get past Will Lee III.
Yeah, I mentioned this dynamic.
Play action. On fourth down, downfield. And with the defender turned around, that'll bring out the penalty flag. Theo Wease was the intended target, but Will Lee got all caught up in it. It's going to be a first down, Mizzou.
Boy, and Eli rolling the dice early, 4th and 2 with a play action shot.
After further discussion, there is no foul for defensive.
Whoa!
First down.
And that's a massive call. Will Lee, they call him the blanket because he's usually all over receivers. Initially drew the flag there for holding on Theo Wease right here around the hip. A lot of contact, but you can see that hand on the back wasn't grabbing jersey.
Let's bring in Bill Lamonier, our rules expert. Billy, how do you see this one?
Well, I think when they see the film later, they're going to wish they stayed with those flags. He was not playing the ball, ran right into him. I have defensive pass interference.
Wow, so what a turn for A&M.
Yeah, so initially I think everyone's eyes went to the holding, right? Disrupting the route, but really the end, I agree with Bill there on the end.
3rd and 15, pressure on Cook, gets rid of it. And a flag comes in as he was looking to connect with Mookie Cooper. Will Lee III with coverage, a.k.a. the blanket.
Cook took a massive hit on that one as he released it as well. Let's see what the call is.
Pass interference. Defense, number 26. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
Oh, you mentioned it. That's Will Lee, the Kansas State transfer. They call him the blanket all over Mookie Cooper here. Just getting that right hand up on the shoulder pads. He was in perfect phase, turned his head back to the ball, and there's the hit on Brady Cook by Dalton Brooks there. But again, that right hand from Will Lee got up on the shoulder pads of Cook, and finally
Cook, play action with time to the outside. As you saw, the a.k.a. the blanket in coverage that
you remember
time.
back in the day, the blanket, it was called the Snuggie.
Yes.
And it covered everything.
Yeah.
That's Will Lee right now. He's all over it.
You had the giant onesie with the single zipper,
yeah.
didn't you, Drew?
Oh, yeah.
And Cook is just going to launch it to stay out of trouble and hit double zeros.
Smart move. Don't want to risk handing it off there.
Cook downfield, threw it to the outside of Wease Jr., who was covered by Will Lee III.
Boy, great coverage again by the blanket, Will Lee. This one, Theo was looking a little inside. That ball ended up being over the top, a little higher, more trajectory than he thought. See him look back. He's expecting it to be on a line, back shoulder. Ends up being a little more air than he thought. Couldn't quite adjust.
It's Cook on 4th and 19, able to spin out of it and then launch it downfield, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Mookie Cooper, and that'll be a turnover on downs. So the failed effort on 4th down. The guy who delivered the blanket and the guy who received it. Sacks today. 3rd and 11. Cook. Downfield, lofts it there, and that is incomplete. Mookie Cooper was waiting for it. Had he corralled it, it would have been a touchdown, as he had a step on Will Lee for a moment.
I mean, Will Lee's been all over the place. He had the one that maybe could have been flagged for early in the game, but since then he's been perfect. Right in phase here, and watch his left hand get right in there. I mean, that ball is on the money. That would be right in the hands of Mookie Cooper, but at the last minute, that left hand splits him right here. Bam.
Just look at that separation that existed and closed it.
Closed the gap, split the hands of the in the leadership, as well as Eli Drinkwitz will address it.
Brady Cook able to get it to Luther Burden III. Let's go back to that play with Wease moments ago, what we saw on the sideline with that exchange.
just a lot of frustration, a lot of back and forth. Javon Thomas there, number 14 for A&M, hasn't been matched up a ton against defense.
Here's Cook on 3rd and goal. That is batted, and it falls incomplete.